How's it going, everybody? I hope you're well. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my core fundamentals. There's going to be a lot of information in this one, and it's going to be really useful for you, especially if you're looking to reveal your core, get those abs on show, and actually build some muscle so that you are more confident without your clothes on. Now, there's so many exercises out there that are in all sorts of little routines and all over Instagram and do this for a better core and all that sort of stuff. A lot of them are useless, right? A lot of them are just exercising the muscle, but they're not actually going to build your muscle and actually develop that blockiness that a lot of people are looking for. And accompanied with that, I'm also going to teach you how to drop your body fat in order to reveal your stomach, because without losing the body fat, you could have a fantastic set of abs underneath, but you're not going to be able to see them. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do one, build the muscle so you have a really strong defined core, and then also drop the body fat so that you can reveal all of your hard work, right? So let's head to the gym, and I'm going to run you through those exercises that you'll probably commonly see that I will teach you how to do properly, just for the sake of teaching you so you know for the future, and then also show you what I would recommend if you are looking to build more blocky, defined abs. Yeah? Off we go. Hi everyone, so we're in the gym now, and I'm going to be running you through some basic exercises. I'm not going to tell you these are wrong to do, because they are going to have an effect on building you up to a stage where you can do the more advanced movements, all right? The ones that are going to have a greater effect on transforming your core, right? But it is imperative to learn the basics first and do them right, okay? So I'm going to run you through some teaching points that I used to teach in my classes back in the day, which really help you engage your core and feel the movement rather than just trying to put your neck out trying to do a sit-up, for example, okay? So let's go through these now. A couple of teaching points. We're going to start with the sit-up because it is the most common ab exercise you probably ever heard of. First thing I'm going to get you to think about is where your feet are, okay? So where your feet are is important because it counteracts your body weight, your torso weight, okay? So the further out you have your feet, the easier it is going to be for you to sit up. The closer in you have your feet, the harder it's going to be for you to do a sit-up, okay? So think about that when you are doing them. If you're struggling to do them just with your own body weight and on the floor in your house or whatever else, your feet might be too close to your bum, so bring them a little bit further out, and that will help get you up into that sit-up, all right? You can also then wedge your feet under something. That will help massively, or you can add weights to your feet. That's going to again counteract your torso weight and help you get into that sit-up. Okay, second point, and probably the most crucial point when it comes to training your core, is your breathing. Now, your breathing massively impacts how your core is engaged, because as you exhale, all of your intercostal muscles and your obliques and your core contract. Okay, so if somebody like punched you in the stomach, you go, ooh, it's that kind of feeling that clenches your core. So we're looking to basically get that same contraction in your stomach whilst performing the movement, okay? So as you're on the floor here, you inhale and your core is stretched. But as you move up into the movement and you're trying to squeeze your stomach and sit up, that's what we want to do. You would breathe out, squeeze your stomach, and we're going to roll up through the body, okay? A big thing that people do is they try and sit up straight, okay? My core, although it is slightly engaged, is not as engaged as it could be. I want to be crunched in, squeezing everything in this area here, okay? So as it's performed correctly, you can put your hands on the side of your head, whatever else. If you can put your hands by your ears and stuff, just make sure you're not pulling your head forward, because you don't want to be really straining your neck, okay? So just put them on your temples. We're going to inhale, stretch, exhale, and slowly roll up through the spine to the top position here, okay? Inhale, exhale, yeah? And you can see throughout that movement there, I'm crunched down, engage my core, and that's the best way to go about doing your sit-ups, all right? Nothing like flat and then throwing yourself up and doing these sort of things. If you can really stop yourself from doing that, you're going to have a lot more benefit. I'd rather you did, 5 to 6 sit-ups, something on the lower end of the rep count, rather than trying to aim for 12 and doing 12 shit ones, okay? Aim for quality over quantity, and you'll have a much better result, and it'll help you advance into the movements that I'm going to be teaching you through in a second. The other movement that I wanted to take you through, which is quite common for floor-based abs movements, is to do with raising your legs, or leg raises, reverse crunches, flutter kicks, all those sort of things. There's a tip that I want to take you through here that will stop lower back pain and actually really engage your core a lot more. So this here is a leg raise, and to the untrained eye, you might think, this is great. This is exactly what I've been doing. That looks fantastic. It's all right, but it's not very optimal. Okay, to a more trained eye, you'll notice that my lower back was arching. Okay, what that is doing is taking away from the contraction in my core. All right, what I'm looking to do here is really contract my core, keep my lower back pressed into the floor. So the reason my lower back was arching is because I don't necessarily have the flexibility in my hip flexors. Okay, so what I'm looking to do as I'm bringing my legs down, just before my back starts to arch, which will be around about there, I'm looking to stop. Okay, so I'll be stopping here and then coming back up. And then what ideally you're going to do is stretch your hip flexors so that you have better range of motion with that, so that you can keep a contracted core and a flat back to the floor whilst bringing your legs all the way to the floor and back up again. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how to do it correctly. Once you're at that stage, then go for it. But if you're not at that stage where you can bring your legs near to the floor yet without your lower back arching, then just go to the point of where you feel like it's about to start arching and go back up again. Yeah? Fingers or thumbs under the bum, legs up in the air. We're going to come down, tense, and up. With this one, same thing. Every time you're contracting your core, you're breathing out. Okay? So it's you'll have a much better burn in the stomach. Okay, so we're going to be moving away from the more basic exercises on the floor. I'm going to take you through some exercises that are really going to build that blockiness in your stomach. Let's go for it. All right, team, so the first movement that I'm going to get you to do on the more advanced section, which are actually going to build up some blockiness to your stomach, is a cable crunch. Okay, two different ways we can go about doing this. You can either be facing this way or this way. Personally, I prefer to be facing towards the stack. I feel like I'm pulling away from it and there's constant tension as I'm performing the movement. Personal preference. I feel like the tension releases ever so slightly if you're spun the other way around, because you're kind of sitting into yourself. Like I said, I want you to try both of these, okay? I want you to try both. Find out which one you prefer the best, which one you feel it in your core the most. Because neither way are really wrong, it's just personal preference, right? So what we're going to do for this, with the weight stack that you have, make sure you choose something heavy enough. I know it's going to be daunting to think about that you're choosing a really heavy weight because your abs maybe are not that strong yet, but having a heavier weight here counteracts your torso weight again, okay? Because I'm going to be in a position pretty much like this, okay? So the weight isn't heavy enough, you're going to face plant the floor, all right? So make sure you choose something fairly heavy. And then what I want you to do is place your forearms on your temple, okay? So in the direction that my hat's going, I'm trying to emulate that here, okay? I'm gonna bring my knees back a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is look for an arch in the back, okay? And then we're going to be crunching down, bringing my elbows close to my knees. As I'm doing that, I'm gonna be breathing out, okay? So from this position here, breathing in, breathing out. One thing I want you to avoid is sitting down basically on your bum as you're performing the movement. So as you're crunching in, a lot of people will come down and they'll sit, right? Their bum will come back. What I want you to try and do is keep your thighs vertical at all times, okay? So we're trying to keep them here, crunching in, breathing out, breathing out, breathing in. And to be honest, that's all there is to it. That will build the blockiness 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever you've got going on, a lot more than doing sit-ups will, all right? Really, really good exercise. Add it to your routine. We're gonna do 3 different other movements for this whole circuit, and I can guarantee you your core is going to be exploding by the time we finish this session. Okay, moving on into the second movement. This one, we're going to be doing some hanging knee raises. If you're more advanced, you can do hanging leg raises, but that's calisthenic level kind of stuff, okay? So we're going to be doing knee raises here, but I'm going to be teaching you how to do them correctly, because a lot of people, again, will just work here, all right? We don't want that, right? What we're looking to do is really crunch, engage the core, breathing out, and then slow on the eccentric to have the most benefit from this movement. So, grip of your choice. I personally prefer the inside grip here. All right, nice and easy. I'm gonna be hanging down, and then from this position here, what I'm trying to get you to do is to tuck your hips forward. Yeah, bum out, sticking your arse out. Not ideal for what we're doing here. We're bringing the hips forward, core's nice and flat, and then from here, we're going to be raising up and curling our bum up, crunching our stomach at the top, okay? So, grab your handle, hang, engage the core, yeah? Knees up, and crunch. Come slow on the way down. It's really, really important that we come slow on the way down. Stops you swinging around. Gets a much better burn in your core. That is movement number 2. Nice and steady. Key points on this one: engaged core, knees up, but curling the body up so you can get a crunch in the stomach at the top. Otherwise, you'll just be working hip flexors, okay? You'll just be working here. Yeah? That's not controlling your core. Bring your knees up to this point, raise them up, crunch your stomach, come steady on the way back down. All right, so for the third movement, I've got a bit of an obscure setup. I'm on a incline bench here because there is no decline bench at this gym, and I've shoved it up against the wall so I can wedge my feet in and get a bit of support so I don't end up sending it across the other end of the gym. We're going for a decline Russian twist, okay? Russian twist is from side to side. This is really, really good for your obliques, and what I personally love about doing this, or when I do this, is having it on a decline, because it always keeps the tension in my core. You can do it obviously sitting on your bum, but some people sit up too straight. So what I love to do is get myself on a decline, grab some weight, and then I'm gonna slowly twist from side to side, really looking to clench and engage each oblique. Yeah? Let's do that. Off I get again. So once you're comfortable, I want you to grab your weight, lean back so the tension is in your stomach, okay? For me, there. What I will say is that if you are doing anything to do with a decline movement, if you put your hands behind your head, the weight is going to really make this harder, right? So even if you put your hands behind your head without any weight, it's going to be a lot harder exercise than just having your hands by your side. So if you are working up in weight and stuff like that, there's different ways to go from one to the other. For example, if 5 kilos to 10 kilos was too much, you could have the 5 kilo here, and then you could work with the 5 kilo here, and then you can move on to the 10, yeah? There's different ways to steadily get progression through different movements. So we're gonna grab our 10 here, we're gonna lean back, I'm bringing the weight to my chest, and my core is completely engaged at this point. I'm gonna twist from side to side. What I'm looking to do on that movement there is to have a bit more short, sharp breaths, okay? So breathing out, but I also need to breathe out on that side too. So as I'm breathing out here, like so, and you'll get the best out of this one. Let's do one more set. Okay, next one, ab rollout. There's wheels that you can get that do this same movement specifically. Again, don't have it here. I use this. Easy bar, 10s either side, off we go. Yeah? Same principle on this one. Got to keep your core engaged throughout though this time, okay? We're not looking to expand and contract and expand and contract. We're looking to maintain contraction all the way through until we're fully stretched out when there's the most amount of tension in our core, and then as we come back, okay? Constantly keeping our core contracted throughout this movement. It's just expanding the amount of tension in our core when we are fully stretched out, because of gravity and it's hard. Yeah? So the basic way I like to do this, if you're new to it, start on your knees, okay? Again, instead of arching like this, we're looking to engage our core, maintain that all the way through. So from this point here, what I want you to do is slowly roll the bar forward. Slowly roll it forward. Keep your core contracted until the point where you feel like you're going to fall face flat on the floor and then pull back in. You will pull in a little bit with your lats, but if you can predominantly try and just bring your collarbone, say, down to your waistline. So from here, you're just trying to do that with a little bit of lat pull in there as well. You still get a fantastic contraction in your core. It's mainly just about maintaining the contraction as you extend out and in on this movement, okay? So we're gonna do a couple of reps here, nice and steady, just show you how to do it. Really try, keep your core tense, don't let that lower back sag. You lose the tension in your stomach and it's gonna be painful on your lower back when you try and pull it back in. So here, tensed, extend, 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 pull, 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 yeah? Extend, 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 like so. Okay, so we're back at the apartment and I'm going to demonstrate to you now in a nice, simple, easy to digest visual representation on how to understand what calories are, how to manage them throughout the week and set yourself up to lose body fat gradually over time, right? So here we have a representation of each day of your week, okay? The top of each glass represents how many calories you can have or consume through that day before you enter a surplus. The very top of the glass is your maintenance level, okay? Basically, if you consume calories, okay, and you expend calories, and they're both exactly the same amount throughout that day, okay, that is that maintenance level. You're neither over on calories or under on calories, maintaining the same. What we're looking for in order to drop body fat is a deficit of calories. So if you're expending a total amount of calories, let's just call it 2,000 calories for this example only. Each glass has a value of 2,000 calories, okay? In order to be in a deficit, we need to be consuming less calories than that, okay? So what I'm gonna put you at is around about 1,800. So what that will look like each day is something like this. Each day, you're consuming slightly less calories than what you're using, than what you're burning. Okay, so we can see now that if each total, whatever your maintenance level is, in order to be in a deficit, we need to be consuming slightly less calories each day than our maintenance level, aka a calorie deficit. So if you know that you're going out on a Friday night and you want to go see your friends and you're going to have a pizza and you're going to go have some drinks and whatever else, that's totally cool, right? But we have to understand that you need to have some precautions throughout the rest of the week because you know you're going out and you're going to be a bit of a dick. So let's rectify the rest of your week. All you have to do is consume slightly less throughout the week so that you have more room for when you're a bit of a dick on Friday and spill over, okay? And if you're a bit of a dick on Sunday and spill over, or Saturday even, then it's okay. And if you're back on track on Sunday, then over the average throughout the week, we are still in a deficit, yeah? If I put a little bit in each of these, you know that throughout the rest of the week, we're still in a deficit overall. And that is the aim, okay? To remain in a slight deficit on average overall throughout the week. Continue that for a good period of time, and over time, you will lose body fat gradually. Unfortunately, you can't choose where you lose the body fat from. You can't spot reduce. So for example, I'm training abs and this is an abs video. If I'm training my core, my body doesn't go, well done, Alex. You are going to drop body fat exactly where you've worked today because you've been blasting your core and you deserve it to lose body fat from that area. It gradually comes off your whole body in increments, all right? It's ever so slightly from everywhere. You'll have more stubborn areas, and unfortunately, your stomach, the backs of your arms, the inside of your legs are going to be those, or your back, lower back, those are going to be the more stubborn areas. But if you're consistent and throughout the week you maintain a bit of a deficit, you will lose body fat over time. So hopefully you understood that and enjoyed this video. And if you are looking to understand what your calories are and what your levels should be, what your deficit should be, then I'll leave my free calorie calculator link in the first link in my description below this video. So you can go there, you can type in your stats, your age, your weight, your activity level, and I'll send you your free calorie calculation. And as long as you stick to that for a long period of time and average it out over the week, every week, you will gradually lose body fat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am stuck in a squat position and I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.